Hey, what's up, guys? This is the very first uh, transmission of the Nihilist Coldbrew Podcast. If you guys are watching this on YouTube and listen to it on Spotify, any other whatever platform this comes out on, um, you might remember that this used to be the Highest Combo Podcast, but due to you know life just happens, and so that podcast had to come to an end, as all great things do sometimes. um, but things are moving forward nonetheless. um, so now it's just me, David, your host. uh, Moving forward, I will be having some guests on, hopefully soon, because it's a lot of different, very interesting people I've been meeting lately, and people that are interested in doing more or less this, trying to dabble in this world or whatever. And I'm more than excited to fucking show them what it's like, what it is, how it do, what it do, all that good stuff. Uh, Possibly even starting new projects with different people and going forward. Well, definitely by myself, but having other people on board doing similar things. It's going to be a pretty big push. So I'm pretty excited about that. Um, so this is the pilot. Um, so I don't really have much of shit figured out as far as this podcast is going to go, but might as well just start somewhere. I have a little bit of an idea though of what I want to do, and as time goes forward, I want to have a lot of interaction with you guys online. Hopefully, build some kind of rapport. You guys, let me know if you want to kind of listen, coming out of my mouth, stuff like that. But the grand scheme of things, this kind of will be more or less a bilingual uh, podcast. So I speak Spanish fluently and I speak English fluently, and as time goes by, conversations happen and stuff. There's certain things I like to say in Spanish. There's certain things I like to say in English. Um, but some things are just better said in Spanish, and some things are better said in English. So there will be a lot of going back and forth between Spanish and English. Uh, it might be a lot. It might not be that often, but it's just a little bit of a heads up for you people that are um, English speakers and not fluent in any other language aside from that, or Spanish, like I had just said. Another thing, kind of like a big, I guess the basis of the show. What I want to do with it is kind of just pick one topic, right? It doesn't have to be like a million different topics. And I'll try to stay on topic. Of course, I will go off tangents, as that kind of thing tends to happen. But it's not a big deal. That's kind of part of the fun. It's part of the project. Um, but this week's episode, pretty much what I want to touch on, or the topic I want to go on, is like new things, right? Like things that get you excited, like new things. Are new things always good things? Can new things be bad things? Um, for example, this podcast is new, brand spanking new. Um, it's nerve wracking, 100%, because I've always been used to sitting in front of a camera, having somebody with me. Um, Damn, it kind of sounds like I'm complaining. Or like, how when you first break up with somebody and all you can do is like, well, I used to do this with that person, I used to do this with that person. But, it's been fucking, give or take, over a month since the last podcast ended. And I'm finally in a pretty solid spot right now to like starting up again. So that's why it's a bit nerve wracking. I don't know where to start. I had to buy equipment, which actually wasn't even that cheap, And what I do probably want to do is buy a new mic because I don't know if I want to have the mic like held up to my mouth the whole time because this is actually not even like a mic to be held up close to your face with your hand. It's supposed to be a boom mic that goes on top of the camera. But the tripod I have does not have a mount for it, and I'm not using a camera. I'm using my phone. So I can't really mount it, and I tried it different distances, and this is probably the best outcome I've gotten. So maybe in a different setting, which I thought being in a fucking empty apartment would be optimal for sound, but you know, you try things, they don't work out. Um, but new things, what else is new? What else can be new? I guess a new job. That's just fucking terrifying. I haven't started one of those in a long time. I've been at the same job for a while. I mean, I'm not complaining though. It's I've been moving around from position to position and shit like that, so it's not that bad. Starting a new semester in school since it's August, and I think school starts this month for people, either the second week, third week, whatever week. Um, which I probably should go back to school because I'm bored. I need something new to do. But also, I've always liked school. I've never been like against school. I've never been like, fuck school, this and that. Sure, I think college might be a little bit of a, way to scam people out of money or whatever. And sure, I'm a huge advocate for believing that just because you have an education doesn't make you a fucking genius or whatever. Or having good grades doesn't make you a fucking smart person. Because I went to school with a fuck ton of retards that somehow managed to get good grades and they got by, But as something I didn't know back then, something that I am still having a hard time coming to terms with is in life you have to kiss ass. If you don't want to, you're gonna have to, and it's kind of sad because sometimes, like, of course you don't always have to kiss ass, right? Like, but it's a lot easier when you do. Now I'm not saying go over the top and fucking lube it up, shave it, lick it clean, and kiss it, but sure, you have to play this bullshit kind of game with people and any kind of profession, anything you fucking do. You have to put up a front. You have to be fake with people. You gotta be fake nice with them so that you get what you want and people give you things just because you're fake nice to them. So that's a new discovery that I've made recently, and it kind of opened my eyes a bit because I've always been not in the school of wanting to kiss people's ass or wanting to succumb to anything, be compliant with fucking bullshit things. But you come to a point where you have to think about what do I really want, and is what I'm doing really getting me what I want, and if I really want this one thing or whatever you may want, why not do what you gotta do? If you gotta get fucking dirty, get dirty. Fuck it. You can take a shower afterwards. It's not like you're gonna fucking stay dirty forever. And, it might lead to better things. It might not lead to better things. I'm not one to say. Now, what else is new? Let's see. New relationships. That's also thrilling in and of itself. I haven't been in a new relationship in a long time, but I'm not touching that subject because, I don't deserve it. At least not yet. But new relationships. Man, I remember there's no newest relationship like your very first like serious relationship because like you're new to fucking everything, most everything. Like it's the first time you meet the girl's parents. The first time you're holding hands with somebody like you really like, your first kiss with that person, like all this is like brand new, like puppy love, the fucking honeymoon phase, your first fight, all this shit like from a new relationship. It's insane. I remember my first like legit actual like relationship was when I was 14. I was a freshman in high school, and I lost my virginity in that relationship. My very first serious relationship in high school, I lost my virginity, and now that I think about it, damn, it was pretty close to the beginning of the year, if I remember. Nah, I don't remember correctly. I don't know. It might have been like towards the end of the year, probably like October, November of like the very first semester of freshman year. Cause I don't know. I just remember cold weather. Definitely remember cold weather, and fuck, I don't know, dude. It was just wild. I fucking lost my virginity behind a fucking dumpster at fucking um Sharpstown High School. But it was the old Sharpstown High School before it got remodeled, and it was well, it wasn't technically well. There was a dumpster, and then right next to the dumpster there was this shack, like where all the band kids used to put all their like equipment and shit. So I remember I skipped. I can't remember what period it was, but I remember I was wearing a sweater though. So I don't know. I was wearing a sweater though. I remember that. It was a black hoodie. I was wearing a black hoodie and khakis. Um, and yeah, it fucking. I don't even know where I got the condom from. I don't know if that chick had the condom with her, but I was nervous. I didn't. It was my first time fucking. Like I've seen porn, yeah. Like so I knew kind of what to do, but first time putting on the rubber, like I'm all shaky. I'm like, this is fucking it, and it took a little while. I'm not gonna lie. Like my first time, I didn't. I wasn't a two pump chump. I was very surprised, proud of myself, and but yeah, I remember I was so fucking like careful, because like the very first time I had sex, I used a rubber, and I always used rubber, so I was always safe. So safety first, pleasure second. But yeah, it was behind that fucking shack in Sharpstown High School. And the funny thing is, the place I lost my virginity at is no longer there. That place no longer fucking exists. It got torn down and re-fucking built. But yeah, it was a new experience, a brand new fucking experience. She wasn't a virgin. Um, Once again, I don't think I should say names, but yeah, I won't say her name. But yeah, that was a new experience, and after that, it just started a whole fucking. She opened up Pandora's box. It was crazy. We were like fucking rabbits. Fucked anytime we could. But yeah, that's like part of a new relationship. And as time goes by, like you do, like new things in relationships never stop. Like there's always a first. There's always like something you're gonna want to do, something that probably never came up in one of your past relationships comes up in your next one. Like for example, I was probably 18 or 19 the first time I asked a girl's parent for his permission. Well, I asked the girl's dad for his permission to date her daughter, and I'm not super sure what overtook me to do it, but yeah, I mean I had really like a large amount of respect for that guy, for that man. So I think that's why I did it. And I was always at their house. They kind of took me everywhere they went. It was really nice. They were super nice. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I probably shouldn't have treated that chick as bad. I mean, I don't treat her bad. Don't get me wrong, but I probably should have like been nicer, been a better person. But yeah, I remember I was so fucking nervous. I I remember taking him out to the front, like at the front door. I was like, "Hey, sir, I would like to. Can I have a word with you?" I remember the guy looked so like concerned. He was like, "Oh fuck!" Like he probably thought I got his fucking daughter pregnant. And because we would hang out a lot before, like we were boyfriend girlfriend. Like that's we were friends at first, and then I was like, "Yo, kind of like you. You like me. I'm gonna tell you that." But yeah, I remember I took him out to I think I was leaving their place, and he was. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember if I was leaving, if I was coming. Anyway, I just remember being at the front door, and I told him I was like, "Hey, like I'm here all the time. Like you know me. You know the kind of person I am. I have a job, and I really like your daughter. I respect your daughter. I respect your house. I respect your family, and like I want to keep that level of respect going forward. So I would like to ask you for permission to ask your daughter out to be my girlfriend." And it was cool though, cause like he wasn't expecting that, like it was um it was nice. So he looked at me and he saw me. He was like, "You're a great guy. Like I really like you. Like you're a good kid. Um, just be careful. Respect my daughter. Respect my house, and go right ahead. You have my blessing." Shook on it, and yeah, I asked your daughter out, and I dated her for I don't know how long it was, but it was a good chunk of time, and then I never did that again. I never asked for permission first and then dated, because that was the only situation I've been in where I actually felt like I needed to do that. Because after that, it was always I'm already dating you, then I'll meet your parents, or there's no dad in the picture for me to ask for permission. So after that, it was just yeah, it was just yeah, I'll meet your parents at some point type of situation. Um, man, what else is new? I guess new stages in your life. That's something that kind of blows my mind sometimes. Well, not sometimes, all the times, because I feel like no matter at what age you're at, like your mind is never gonna start changing. Like your point of view, like the way you see things, the way you do things, the way you go about things, um, how you react to things, how you react to bad situations, good situations, how you plan out your life, anything. So every new stage, every stepping stone, like in life or age wise, it comes with its fucking punches and kicks. Cause fuck, I mean I'm not even that fucking old, but I remember being in my early 20s, and I felt like the world was my oyster, man. I feel like there weren't enough hours in the day for me to do what I wanted to do. I mean, I still feel like there's not enough hours in the fucking day, but I just felt like I could do so much. I felt so free and stuff. Especially like after I turned 21, I was like, man, there is no fucking stopping me. But then, as you get older, like, sure, I was 21, but then that's when life starts to hit you. Like real life situations starts to happen. New real life situations happen. People die on you. Um, People just leave your life for no fucking reason. Um, Friendships die. Just like people. And yeah, like it starts to form you a little bit more. It's crazy. And then as I got older in my mid-20s, I thought I had a little bit. I felt like I had things like a little bit more figured out. Like, a ver, por ejemplo, yo me cansé de hablar inglés. Cuando tenía como unos 20, ¿qué eran? Como unos 23, como de 23 a los 25. Pues tuve una novia que duró más o menos unos 2 años, el tiempo en que la conocí. Empezamos a hablar, a cotorrear, salir por un cafecito, una chelita por aquí, por allá, ir a comer, todo ese pedo, ¿no? hasta el tiempo que le pedí que fuera mi novia, hasta el tiempo que rompimos y luego un poquito, que eran unos cuantos meses después de que rompimos, todavía nos seguimos echando unos palos, pero, o sea, sí, como unos 2 años, ¿no? Y más o menos a esa edad yo igual pensé que ya las cosas estaban un poco más sólidas, un poco más claras, ¿no? Ya sabía qué tenía que hacer con mi vida, qué no tenía que hacer con mi vida. Tenía grupos de amigos que creí que iban a ser mis amigos de toda la vida, pero igual, las cosas pasan. Las amistades se desbaratan, la gente cambia. Como dicen las mamás, realmente te das cuenta de quién son tus verdaderos amigos y quién no. Y pues la cosa que, pues neta, está más gacha es que vas a enfrentar situaciones en las que realmente ves que neta no tienes ningún puto amigo y pues te quedas tú solo, ¿no? Y pues ya, ¿no? Ese es el pedo. Pero, y luego ya, pasa el tiempo, te pasas un año solo, conociéndote a ti mismo porque por tantos años corriste de ti mismo, nunca te diste tiempo de sanar, nunca te diste tiempo pues de darte tiempo a conocerte. Y pues sí, ¿no? Ya en los 26, 25, 26 y ahora que tengo 27, es mi edad, pues ya tu personalidad, o sea, la mía, no la tuya, o sea, tu pedo es tu pedo, no sé cómo te vaya a ti en la vida, pero para mí, para uno, pues sí, me doy más cuenta del tipo de persona que soy, el tipo de gente con las que me quiero rodear y pues sí, así va la vida. Cada etapa nueva que se viene, pues neta se parece medio eterna. Porque sí, realmente pienso que no importa a qué edad llegues, ojalá, por lo bueno o por lo malo, quién sabe, pero pues esto que siempre voy a estar cambiando mentalmente, ¿no? Ojalá y sea por lo mejor, ojalá. Pero igual, como dije anterior al principio del programa, luego tienes que hacer cosas que no te gustan para obtener cosas que necesitas o quieres. O sea, tienes que jugar sucio, rudo, lo que sea, no hay pedo, lo quieres, ¿no? O sea, échate, cabrón. Y pues sí, no, pues así son las nuevas etapas las nuevas etapas de la vida que he vivido últimamente, desde que, pues, me hice adulto, ¿no? But yeah, it's a crazy thing. That's another new thing, you know. What else is new? Oh, try new food. Let's take things a little lighter. Trying new foods. Um, like a lot of people are disgusted by food or whatever. Like when they try a cuisine they've never tried before, they're always kind of like iffy, kind of scared a little bit. And sure, it makes sense. You're not used to seeing certain animals be eaten or certain parts of the animal get eaten. But I'm pretty sure it tastes well. Like I remember man, what's the wildest thing I've eaten? And see that's even it, cause like growing up like Mexican stuff, like you eat everything, like you eat, uh, like we make tacos de lo que sea. O sea, el animal se come completo. Tacos de lengua, tacos de tripa, tacos de seso, tacos de nana, que son pues la vagina de la puta vaca, ¿no? Y luego, pues también hasta hay tacos de paladar, te puedes echar, pues se comen los huevos del toro, la verga también se la comen de los animales, o sea, neta, no se desperdicia nada. Y pues la barbacoa cuando se hace, o sea, en el piso, o sea, hacen el hoyo, el pozo, meten las cabras y todo, pues lo echan entero. Y luego ya lo que sale, pues se lo comen, o sea, no hay pedo, se come de todo. Entonces, pues sí, no, there isn't really anything that I steer away from as far as foods. I guess the only thing that kind of like fucks with me is the texture and consistency of things. Like that kind of fucks with me a little bit. Like I remember I was probably like 10 or 11 years old. My mom made this. It's like a puree made out of what is it? Carrots. It was a carrot puree. You know. Oh, actually, it was a soup. It was carrot soup. Cause she used to make this mushroom soup. I mean, that's yeah, that gets eaten everywhere. But she made it out of carrots, so she made some carrot soup. And just the consistency of it, I don't know what it was, like the way that it felt in my mouth and everything. That just made me throw up, dude. That shit was fucking gnarly. I couldn't take it. And but yeah, that's the only food that's ever made me throw up. Uh, Based on the consistency, like I don't even remember what it tasted like. I just felt the fucking. I don't know what the fuck was up with that soup, but that's the last time I ate fucking carrot soup. And I'm pretty sure it didn't taste bad. It's just the consistency, dude. That shit was fucking wild. Cause yeah, I mean we eat crickets too. I've had crickets like numerous times, countless times. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. New liquors. That's another fun thing. Um, I mean, if you don't drink and you start to drink, like everything is new, and you should be careful what you drink, careful who you drink with, careful who you drink around, the things you do and stuff. But it's terrifying too. Like, and I think that's like the most consistent thing of everything that I'm saying right now. Everything new comes with its own fear, but man, I feel like such a hypocrite because like it took me long as fucking time to fucking start this shit up. I'm not gonna lie, I was pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it because I was just in my head because it was brand new. Like this is a brand new thing I'm doing. Just fucking sitting in front of my fucking phone, recording myself, talking to fucking myself, and my fucking dumbass. I have this like train of thought, like this way of thinking that I either put shit off for too long, and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, yo, you gotta do this, and I'll just be myself over it until I finally I'm like, yo, okay, fine, shut the fuck up, I'll do it. But I'll prepare for it, right? I'll prepare for it at some point, and I'll just make the plans as rough or like as minimal as they are, and I'll put them away. And then I'll just in my head I'm like, you have shit prepared, you have shit planned, you have an idea, you have like tienes las ganas de hacer algo. And I just don't. Like I'm just in my head. I'm like, I'm just being a fucking pussy about it. I'm not gonna lie. It's a brand new thing, you know. Like I'm a fucking pussy about shit sometimes. You are too. So fuck you. Don't judge me. But yeah, like this, it's terrifying. New things are fucking terrifying, and it's okay. But yeah, like I have this way of thinking that I'll put it off for however long, and then it gets to a point where I can't take myself anymore. Like I'm annoyed of myself. I've bullied myself into doing it. So then I'm just like, fuck it, let's go, balls to balls, let's just do it. And I forget about all my fucking preparations, because I don't really write things down all the time. Like if it's a long thought, yeah, I'll write it down. But if it's just like, oh, it's an idea here, an idea there, an idea here, I don't write them down because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna remember that. But 7 times out of 10, I don't remember it. 6 times out of 10, I don't remember. I remember a fair amount of stuff, but then I just dive into it. I just do it, and I choke a lot of times. It's like everything that I have prepared just right out the window. At least that first initial time. But then after that, like it's like every time you want to start something new, think about jumping in a pool, right? You go up to the water, you dip your toes in, you're like, fuck, that's cold. But it's hot as fuck outside, so you're not going to be cold for a long time. So then you think about it for like, I don't know, 5 fucking seconds, you're like, fuck it. I'll be warm. Like I'll feel good after that. You know, like I'll get used to the water. It's not gonna be cold really. I'll be good. And then you jump in, you fucking shiver and want to get out, but then you stick it through. You know, you sit there, you start moving around, you start dancing, and then bam, the water's not cold anymore, and you're good in the water. So that's kind of the approach I think we have to do when we try something new. Like if you're scared of doing something new, I think that's the approach you should take. Because then I've also heard, and it's funny because that's the reason why I cut my hair. Um, like a few years ago, because I had long hair like I do now. I think it was probably like the same length, a little bit longer. But somebody said if something scares you and excites you at the same time, just do it. So I was like, all right, fucking yeah, dude. Yeah, I like that idea. So I had long hair and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to cut my hair. I'm scared, but I'm excited to see how I'm going to look. So I go to the fucking barbershop. I went to, what was it, Supercuts? Or Master Cuts, whatever the fuck it's called. But yeah, anyway. So I go in there, I tell Zeddy, I want to chop it all off. Just give me like short on the sides, a little bit long on the top, so I can like style it or whatever. And we're good to go. And I was scared for a reason. Like, my biggest fear at that point was I've grown out my hair for a fucking year and some change. Almost 2 years. And my fear was I'm gonna get a fucked up haircut. And lo and be fucking hold, what happens? This bitch, so you know how you have like the line, like guys, like we have the line right here where it parts or whatever. This fucking lady put that shit almost on the middle of my fucking head and then just shaved the rest off. Dude, I looked like, I don't fucking know. It was so bad, dude. It was so bad. I was so pissed. I was gonna just fucking shave my head at that point, but I had to sit in it, you know? I told myself, I was like, fuck it. You wanted to cut your hair, now you fucking deal with this shit. Don't shave your head. Live with this fucking shitty ass haircut. So you fucking learn your lesson. Either look up where to get your fucking haircut next time. Don't come back to this one lady. Actually, don't even come back to this specific spot ever again. So yeah, I just made myself sit in it. I was like, fuck it. Like, this is the consequences of my action, you know? So also, if you want to start something new, have that in mind. Like, sure, you're scared for a reason, right? Sometimes those reasons are irrational, but sometimes those are very realistic possibilities, like in my case. And just try to give it a quick thought. Just be like, hey, these are the things that can go wrong. These are the things that can go right. If I'm okay with the wrong, fuck it, just dive, just do it, just jump in. But you know, if it's something that's obviously gonna like end badly, do it anyway. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to fucking tell you how to live your fucking life. I'm just a fucking person telling you about my problems. Just kidding. It's everyone's problems. What else is new? Let's see. New. I guess learning new things. That's pretty exciting. Learning new things. Like, it doesn't have to be like an extensive like curriculum of things you learn, right? It can just be like a nice little fun fact you learned, you know, or you learn something about somebody you know, or something. Even something like the most wildest thing about learning new things from is like people you're already super close with, like family members, your parents, your siblings, cousins, uncles, aunts, grandparents, whatever. Like, every time that I learn something new about anybody close to me, it just, like, blows my mind, you know? Because it's like, this is true. Like, you think you know somebody, but you really don't. Like, shit, like the things that we've done in our lifetimes, like, whether it's a short lifetime or you're old. Either you're old or you're young. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, things happen to everybody individually, you know, like everybody's living their own little life in their own little world, you know, like that's insane. They're in everybody's head. It's their own little universe, you know, like in my head, in my universe, like I'm the star of the show. Like I have my own show. Like I can say whatever the fuck I want. Like that's happening in my universe. In your universe, you're watching me babble on about fucking nonsense. But like we share a collective area. Like we all come together and we live in one universe, right? Sure, but we're composed of fucking infinite amount of universes within that. Like there's, I mean, there. Hold on. I was gonna say there is an infinite amount of people living on Earth, but I don't fucking know if there's been if there can be an infinite amount of people living on Earth, because like I'm just gonna look up how if there's a way to like see like how many people have lived and on Earth since the beginning of time till now. How many people have lived on Earth since the beginning of time? All right, this major change in our understanding of human existence spurred new calculations and consultations with experts, resulting in an estimate that about 117 billion members of our species have ever been born on Earth. Okay, so it's not infinite, but fucking 117 billion is a lot of fucking people. And then think about that, 100 fucking 17 billion little universes, little personal universes, like lives, full lives. Some people die before they're born. Some people die at birth. Whatever. Those don't count. These are people that have grown enough to build a consciousness, I'm guessing. Yeah. Everybody's in their own little universe, and that's mind-boggling. I kind of lost my own train of thought for a second, and I have no fucking idea where I was going with that. All right, let's move on. Right, I remember learning new things about like people, right? So everybody like everybody's living their own little things. So like things that you learn about people you already know shouldn't shock you, or I mean, yeah, they shouldn't shock you because, of course, you don't know everything about everybody you know, even if you know them your whole life, even if it's your parents. Like, I'm still finding things out about my parents, and that's fucking amazing to me. Like, because I thought I knew them. Obviously, I fucking raised by these people, but it shouldn't shock you. Like, have that understanding, like, in your head, like, as a person, understand that, like, even if you know something, you fucking don't, like, and that's humbling in a scary way, because that means like, no matter how much you think you know something, there's always gonna be something you don't know. Like, I think I might be made out of fucking skin. I might not, like, going into like deeper, fucking digging myself into a fucking conspiracy hole. I don't know why that was so hard to say. But yeah, anyway, I think I'm made out of skin and bones, meat, molecules, cells, everything you're made out of. But there is a possibility, by the law of probability, that I'm not made out of all those things. I'm probably made out of a different material. I'm not saying it's a high likelihood, but it is the likelihood nonetheless. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I didn't mean to get into that. But I guess the last thought I want to leave you guys with is don't think you know everybody you know. Like, but don't hold that against them. Like, don't let that shit get to your head. Just have an understanding of the fact that we don't know everything. We don't know even close to anything. We don't even touch or scratch the tip of an iceberg of what we don't know. So remember that. Live with that. And learn. Do new things. Yeah, I like that. Don't don't let it catch you by surprise when you learn something about somebody you already knew. You know, I'm gonna leave it with that. That's a great fucking thought. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe on this video. I'm gonna leave shit on the description box below. Social media, everything else. You can find me on um, Spotify, uh, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, at the Nihilist Coldbrew Podcast, everywhere. That's gonna be the new handle. That's gonna be the new way. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna fully do the video and the audio, or if I'm just gonna do audio. But as of now, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you stayed till the end of the show. If you did stay till the end of the show, just leave a comment saying, "Yo, I made it to the end." Tell the homies, tell your girls, tell everybody you know, and then just be sure to like check out the social media, because I'm gonna try to be more active on there, make stories, posts, all this stuff to try to be more interactive and stuff. And then that way you can, like, I don't know, see what you would like to hear me say. Like if this intrigued you, see what else could intrigue you, and let me know. Ask me questions, make comments, share your concerns with me. You know, like, I might give you advice that can help you. I might give you advice that won't help you, but just hit me up and let me know. All right, guys. Peace. See you guys next week. You have a good night.